evil. There's evil when, think of rape. Rape is evil. A pedophile is an evil human being. There's no other way to describe it. I don't know how else. Well, what do you want to say? That it's a chemical imbalance? No, it's something so dark, so sinister, so repugnantly evil that you don't even see the harm you are perpetrating on innocent people. So in New York, there's the most heartbreaking picture on the New York Post today, and his light lives on is what the headline is, and a sea of candles honoring an innocent teen murdered by a gang. And anyway, the candles are the exact spot where this young man, Losandro Jr. Guzman Felez, was killed with a machete. It was a case of mistaken identity by this Trinitario gang members is the name of the gang, not one that I'm that all familiar with. And what's so unbelievably horrible about all of this is this 15-year-old kid, the murder was caught on video. And you see, literally, they're pounding a knife into this 15-year-old kid's chest. It is so grotesque and so dark. And, there's a sea of mourners, and you can just see how this has impacted everybody. But, here you have this young kid walking into a boy's home and, just hanging out, and they spend about 15 minutes, people going back and forth out of the house, et cetera, and I don't know how you ever recover from something like this. Our friend over at Majestic Manor Puppies, this woman, Connie, I won't give her last name, lost her 17-year-old daughter to a drunken driver who was an illegal immigrant. She only spent 8 years in jail. You talk about separation. Then she recently sees a report. The guy's back in the country. They caught him, but he's back in the country illegally. Anyway, I've gotten to know this lady because my dog Marley just had 5 puppies. And they're the most beautiful puppies you'd ever see. Anyway, so sad. I don't know how she's dealing with this. Very rough. All right, let's get to our busy phones here as we say hi to Catherine, who's in Wichita, Kansas, KNSS. I have a quick question. Have you ever heard of Atlas MD in Kansas, in Wichita?
I don't think so,
You haven't heard of our friend, Dr. Josh Umber? And you got to call this guy, and he's got to become your doctor. He's right in your town. Guess what you pay a month for unlimited care for you as an adult? Take a guess.
How much?
Take a guess. Primary care
$30. $30?
$50. $30 a month? I mean, a doctor couldn't open his door for $30. He can barely open it at $50. But think of this: unlimited care, unlimited, and you get your prescriptions right there on site. And then you add catastrophic care, like, for example, if you have a heart attack, God forbid, cancer, bad accident, and you're paying less than you've ever paid with the best concierge care in your life. Anyway, what's on your mind today, Catherine?
Well, I just wanted to share with you a short story about Dr. Krauthammer. A few years ago, we went to Dallas for my husband's office meeting there, and he was a speaker there, and I was privileged enough to go and be able to hear him speak. He was generous enough to hand out copies of his books, signed, of course, and after we got done speaking, my husband and I went to an elevator to go back up to our room, and Dr. Krauthammer happened to get on the same elevator, and we all said hello, and the young gentleman that was with him looked at me, and I was holding the book, and he said, well, I heard that book is a really good book to read. And I said, yes, I've heard the same thing. And you hear this voice said, well, I hear the guy that wrote it's pretty good, too. And we all kind of laughed.
That's funny.
I know, we all kind of laughed, and I looked at him and I said, yes, I heard the same thing, and I did that also. And, we all did. It was a very, very brief encounter. It was very sweet, but just what a lovely man, and just a wonderful sense of humor, and will truly, truly be missed.
It's very interesting. In his speech, did he tell the story about what a dope I am, or they didn't tell it in that particular speech?
I didn't know. He didn't. He just showed that with me.
Yeah.
But I was very surprised when he came out on stage myself, to be honest. And he came out in a wheelchair, and I was like...
It's amazing how many people like me never knew. And he loved it because he never wanted to be defined by it. And I'm the dope that said to him after I'd interviewed him, a lot. I said, I never knew. And he loved it. And he told that story over and over and over again at my expense. He was just an intellectual powerhouse. And I just admire people that I think overcome the most challenging things in life that I don't think I could do. I would like to think I could handle it as gracefully as he did. I don't think I could have. And I just, he built a life for himself in spite of, being a pretty young man who had just become a doctor when all this happened to him. And everything that he did in life was that much more difficult, just getting up out of bed and getting dressed and taking a shower and eating breakfast and getting in a car. I mean, you're talking about hours, of your day every day. And I'm sure it was frustrating at times for him, but he never showed it. I just happened to see some of the people that knew him best that did hair and makeup in Washington, D.C. Bureau, the Fox News Channel, and, they're devastated. They loved him. Absolutely loved him. And they're the people that know the real side of people. You want to talk to what people are really like in TV? Talk to the hair and makeup people. They know it all. Because, you know what? Kind of in those moments where the good, the bad, and sometimes the ugly comes out. Anyway, well, not looks. I'm talking about inside.
No, for sure. Without your fake lashes, you look horrid.
You have your own dark side. You know that? You have just...
For sure.
Anyway, Catherine, thank you so much for the call, and I'm glad you shared that story with us. Thank you. Christina is in Orlando, News 96.5. What's going on, Christina? How are you?
I'm great, Sean. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
You covered all this yesterday, but I just wanted to just even stress it even more that it's just so disappointing how the left behaves. If we would have done any of this vitriol on when Obama was in office, we would all be, prosecuted. We'd have the FBI at our doorstep, interrogating us, what is going on. We probably would be arrested. And I just don't understand how, Jeff Fonda and all these people can say such vile things and not get arrested. It's mind-boggling to me.
How did Madonna, Nick, not get arrested for saying, I have thought an awful lot about blowing up the White House?
That's crazy as hell.
Just because she's Madonna, she gets away with that? And you know what I heard about Madonna thinks Madonna's it. Madonna thinks Madonna's the thing. And you know what I saw in that moment? A very ugly person inside. And I'm just like, okay, that's who you are. You just revealed yourself for being really dark and ugly. That's an ugly heart.
And that's the thing. And I was telling, I don't know who it was on the phone, but I was telling them, I don't even want to say anything to any of my friends that are Democrats. When Trump won, it was just the funniest thing I've ever seen. They were all crying. We had the Women's March, and they were all doing the Women's March.
It was great. The whole thing was great.
Oh, it was awesome.
I enjoyed every minute of it. I think my favorite was Ashley Judd. Did you hear Ashley Judd that day?
She was disgusting. It was awful. It was just embarrassing. And they don't represent me. And I am an educated woman, and I do make my own choices. And it's very disappointing. I had friends come up to me in my son's daycare saying, did you hear the news? I'm like, yeah, I voted for Donald Trump. And they're like, why would you do that? I'm like, because he's a smart businessman, and that's what we need to make this country great again. And then I saw them again at, the birthday party, and they were at the Women's March, and I swear to God, I was just the worst person in that whole party.
Wow.
I didn't care because you know what? I knew that Donald Trump was speaking for me. And if they don't believe what he's doing and all the good things he's doing for this country, they really have their blinders on. And, if we would have behaved like this during Obama years, it would have been bad. I met Bill Nelson in a parking garage going to church. Can you imagine if I would have accosted him because I didn't like that he voted for health care? It would have been blasphemy, and I would have been in so much trouble. And we need to be, as Republicans, we need to stand, or, just period, as Americans need to stand strong and believe that we need this country great again, just like Donald Trump is saying, and keep doing what we're doing and keep the fight. But it is scary. I don't want to say anything to any of my Democratic friends because I just can't withstand their